Max, just a quick recap of what you were telling in the most special stadium that you're looking to play into India. About Chinnaswamy you were talking, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, playing India at the Chinnaswamy in India is going to be amazing. So I think that's probably the stadium I'm looking forward to the most. Obviously, I said I'd been to Dharamshala, which was beautiful, but I think the Chinnaswamy is going to be pretty cool.
And switching on to the Indian conditions, I mean, that has been, always the practice for you, or it's going to be a tough task, going into the World Cup in India, playing on Indian soil?
It's going to be different, I think. I've been to India before and I've experienced the conditions, and there's going to be a bit of turn. There's going to be wickets that offer a bit of pace, a bit of bounce. So it's going to be different all throughout the country. So we'll do our preparation leading into that for sure. And then just hoping that all goes well when we get there.
Netherlands also pulled nail-biting thrillers in this World Cup qualifiers tournament. During those moments, how did you handle those moments? And did you see any of your teammates getting superstitious at that time?
Obviously, the West Indies game and the Scotland game were two moments where I couldn't really watch. I'm not a very good watcher of cricket anyway, but in the West Indies game, I think I stood outside the tent for, the team. Everyone was sitting in the tent, and I was just kind of like peeking my head around the corner, just pacing back and forth against West Indies. And then against Scotland, I was literally standing in front of the fridge, just walking in circles. And I think Logan, who was in next, had to tell the coaches for me to leave because it was making him nervous. But I just couldn't. Yeah, I was pretty bad. I was just walking in circles in front of the fridge. Finally, when we won it, it was like I couldn't. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Is there, if I ask one team from both of you, that would be a dream coming true if you beat them in the World Cup?
I don't think it's ever we don't really look at it as like a dream coming true, beating these teams. I feel like, any team that we beat, we feel that we beat because we played good cricket, and it's never going to be like, oh, this is unbelievable, this is remarkable or whatever, because we feel like, we're a very good cricket team. I'm sure if you asked Virat Kohli the same question, he would probably, there's no dream of beating anyone. But I think an occasion that would be amazing, of course, would be beating someone like India in India. That would go against all the I guess opinions about us as a team or anyone. But I'm sure if you asked any other team in the World Cup, that they would love to beat India in India. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, or definitely not saying that that's going to be easy, but that would be a pretty good one because it's going to be our last game. It's going to be India's last game, and who knows, it might be a situation where India need to beat us to get to the semis, or we need to beat India to get to the semis, and then that would be a crunch time game.
There is always going to be one bowler, or for a bowler, the question is one batsman that you are looking for a battle with, or you would love having a battle with that particular bowler or batter. So in that sense, I asked, is there any bowler or any spinner in particular that you're looking forward to have a good game with?
From our perspective, obviously playing in the qualifiers against Sri Lanka, we struggled quite a lot against Hasaranga and Thikshana.
Yeah.
And I think it would be really cool for us as a group to show that progression we've made if we can play them really well next time we play them in India. And that would be a pretty cool way for us to show how we've gotten better playing against the spin. I think a lot of the spinners in the other teams, we haven't played that often. So it'd be a new test for us. But I think if we can play Hasaranga and Thikshana really well in the World Cup, it will show the progression we've made over the last from the qualifiers now until the World Cup.
Is we have been seeing a lot of players, and especially from these nations, putting up great performance in T20 World Cup and World Cup ODI World Cups as well, in the bilateral series also. But if there is one batsman, I think if we have to look up to that plays best in the crunch moments or in the pressure like situations, or has been doing a great job in all these years, I'm not talking about the mainstream teams, but someone who has not been highlighted that much but deserves a recognition. Probably one name.
That guy. If you watch the Scotland game, you see he had 100 off whatever it was, 120 off 80 balls to send us to India, and he did the same last year to send us, or 2 years ago to send us to the World Cup in Australia, where he hit 90, not out in a T20. Every time when it comes down to a bit of a pressure moment, he tends to stand up with both bat and ball. So for me, it's definitely.